The Mariquita District in Colombia has mining records dating back over 400 years, and some of those Mariquita mines have reported some of the highest silver grades in Latin America. That's where Outcrop Silver and Gold operates. CEO is Joseph Hebert. Joseph, welcome to Kitco.
It's good to be here. Appreciate it.
Joseph, what's special about the Mariquita District?
Well, primary silver districts are actually quite rare in Colombia, and everyone knew of its reputation as a colonial camp, Spanish colonial camp. But what they didn't realize was really how big it was. They'd kind of felt pieces of the elephant. No one really recognized the size of the district until we put it together. Now we realize that there's over 200 kilometers of veins, and that puts it in the class of some of the famous Mexico districts like Guanajuato or Fresnillo. Another thing unusual is just the extreme grade. It's just the grade is really stunning and consistent, and that will allow us, when we put together a resource, to probably be in the upper 25th percentile in grade, actually, worldwide.
Let's talk about that grade. In October, you announced some good drill results out of Las Meras.
Yeah, Las Meras was actually 2.14 meters of 2 kilograms silver equivalent. Some of the significant things about it is we actually took the mineralization to 370 meters. That's more than 117% of our average. So now we have a bit of confidence with it. But when we come into the previously drilled areas, that we can probably substantially increase their size just by drilling at depth.
Step us back. What is the work that you've done to date on the project, Joseph?
We've got over 40,000 meters in over 320 holes. So it's really substantially de-risked the property. I mean, now we have more or less 70% success rate on our drilling. And then importantly, we've done all the work to hand it over to an independent QP and produce a compliant resource by the end of the year. And we've got some fairly impressive internal guidance on that of between 45 and 55 million silver equivalent ounces, between 550 and 750 grams equivalent silver per ton.
Is Colombia supportive of mining? And maybe you could also talk about the community surrounding the project, Joseph.
Well, the community, I would almost call them an advocate. We have an excellent social licensed staff. Within 2 months of closing the transaction on the property, we were drilling. We've been able to maintain that drilling. Regarding Colombia at large, there was a little bit of I guess I would say, people holding their breath with respect to the President Gustavo Petro and how he would act. But he's been clear that his government is not anti-mining, that he really wants to explore and advance strategic metal projects that will contribute to his green economy, whether that's a direct contribution to Colombia or export to other companies. And so that's in particular silver and copper with respect to electric vehicles and solar panels.
Joe, you've had a storied career in mining in the Americas. Maybe you can talk about yourself and the team.
Well, I'm ancient, pretty much, but I've got 38 years experience in all aspects of economic geology. I've got 2 major discoveries to my name. The first would be the Mahala Creek discovery in Jared Canyon. And then also while working at Placer Dome, I put the first hole in what's now called Barrick, a gold rush, which is over 10 million ounces. Importantly, we've been able to hire VP away from Lundin Mining, Guillermo Hernandez. He has direct experience on Ruta del Norte's exploration estimation teams and also greenfields, brownfields exploration. So it's very timely for us to bring him in when we're doing our resource by the end of the year.
Joseph, how's the infrastructure in the area?
It's really, really good. We're fortunate for that. It's a drive-up property through the town of Falan, basically paved roads to the edge of the property. We have a major transmission line that's from hydroelectric power that crosses part of the project. Water can be developed on the project, and again, same infrastructure related is its excellent security conditions also.
Who are your neighbors in the area, Joseph?
We don't. In Colombia, because of the fairly new mining industry development in the last 8 years, I should say, we don't really have anyone real close to us. The closest would be Mariquita, which obviously is a world-class project, and also Gramalote. Those are about probably over 200 kilometers away. But we do have two small, relatively small, but fully permitted and modern mines within 30 kilometers, one to the south, one to the north. And even though they're small operations, they represent a lot of potential. So we really have our eyes for them possibly as a future acquisition.
What's the share structure, Joseph?
We've got 160 million shares outstanding, and we've got 246 fully diluted. Our largest shareholder is actually Eric Sprott with 17%, and our market cap is just under, I think, 50 million right now.
Lastly, Joseph, milestones over the next 12 months. I believe you're working towards an inaugural maiden resource.
Yeah, so that will be the real milestone because, like I say, it's a compliant resource before the end of the year. We're going to hit that time frame and that milestone. Again, I'll repeat, 50 million silver equivalent ounces, more or less, at a very high grade. Probably a grade within the 25 upper 25th percentile. Some people think that will re-rate us at almost 4 or 5 times the current value because of the fact it'll be based on a value you can calculate between millions of ounces and some dollar per ounce EV or market value. Beyond that, we've been sort of in a nuts and bolts drilling mode, doing the delineation stuff, but we're bringing on a second rig this month. And everyone should start seeing a more continuous news flow, and we expect more really tremendous high grade assays.
Joseph, thanks for telling us the story.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity, Michael. I really appreciate it. Appreciate being on Kitco.
He's Joseph Hebert. He is CEO of Outcrop Silver and Gold. My name is Michael McRae. You're watching Kitco Mining.